All right, welcome everybody. This is Matt and Grant, and we're here to tell you a little bit about how to reach and retain more families during Christmas time. So Christmas time and Easter are huge when it comes to folks attending your church. So people that have already come, people that are potentially new to the church, that have been invited by friends. Are you ready? And we've got a couple of tips, tricks, advice on how to reach and retain those folks. And it all starts, I think, and Matt would, I believe, agree, with text messaging. So are you sending reminders about these big events to not only the folks that are always coming to your church, but potentially new people that may be thinking about it? So Matt, tell us a couple of things that might be good for text reminders to get people to come to larger events at your church.
Absolutely. No, we all have all these lists of different people who maybe attended past events or different ways to get in touch with people. And so I think there's a major opportunity when we have a big event coming up to either reach out with just a basic introduction or a basic invitation to that event. Maybe you could send out a little video from the, link to a video from your pastor actually welcoming people and saying, hey, we'd love to have you come out. Maybe it's, certain housekeeping details that you want people to know. Maybe if there's, tickets they need to register for, those kind of things. But I think just getting it on people's radar is a major part of it. They might be planning to come to a Christmas Eve service or an Easter service, but you actually getting it on their radar means they're going to choose your church or your event to come to this Christmas. So I think it's a huge opportunity to just get in front of them in the weeks leading up to that big event, rather than just hoping and crossing your fingers that they're going to show up.
Yeah, I know my wife and I, after we put the kids to bed, we spend about 25 minutes following up on text messages. So a text message from the church is a good reminder and a good spot to do it. And with all these people, go ahead, Matt.
No, I was just going to say, just to quickly on that point, just that there's still an amazing response rate to text messages. I think emails is one place we often default to go to, which can still be solid, but I think text message, we're getting incredible response rate, incredible kind of reads on those. And so it's a medium you don't want to miss out on right now.
Completely agree. And with such a good response rate, you're going to have to be ready for the influx of people at your church. So we all know Christmas services, Easter services, it's a packed house. And that's where your church staff could get a little bit burned out. So already this is a statistic that we see and we've heard is a quarter of your staff is reported being burnt out always or very often. What's causing these burnouts? What we found is too many service times. And you're probably all shaking your heads, yes. Christmas, Easter, you're gonna have 3 to 4 service times. What does that mean? Well, one service time is gonna be light on volunteers, and there's still gonna be a lot of kids at your kids' ministry. And this is gonna cause stress. So what are things that you need to look out for? First off, if you've got 1,000 people coming to your church and you're projecting about 300 kids, you're gonna be short of staff. You need to get more volunteers. You need to bring the entire staff in to know what's going to be going on, and you need to figure out solutions to having just a packed kids area with hundreds and hundreds of kids. So if you know this metric is coming at you, then you need to plan accordingly. So what are the things that you can plan for accordingly? Well, first off, your staff is getting all the curriculum ready. So these are the videos that you're going to be showing your kiddos. And it's important for Christmas and Easter that the kids have a good time, because if they have a good time, then they're going to want to come back later. One of the things that you can do is make sure all of your rooms have a presentation tool. A presentation tool allows curriculum prep to go very quickly, and also it helps new volunteers that you're likely begging to come in to help out a little bit with the influx of people to go really smoothly. So Playlister provides Apple TV solution, and this Apple TV solution is perfect. It allows you to load up curriculum like Orange, like the Gospel Project, and very quickly get it to TVs to play. And it takes about 30 seconds to train a volunteer. So a key tip here is make sure you've got a presentation tool inside of all of your rooms that plays video. This is going to be crucial to help volunteers, and it's going to be crucial also to get your curriculum prep ready. And we've seen this. Playlister has 5,000 churches using it, and it's just so easy for the volunteer. You're gonna have a lot of new volunteers coming in. If you just show them, hey, click the remote, plays videos, the kids are happy, the volunteer's happy, and it's gonna be a win-win there. This is a big one now. We've gotten through the presentation part. What you're gonna wanna do with all the families arriving is advertise what's going on later. So January, February, or after Easter, April, May, what is your church doing? This is the perfect time to advertise to people of why they should get excited to come back. Now, how are you going to effectively communicate to people? That's going to be very important. That's something Matt's going to touch on here, because 87% of people want to not only know what's going on in the kids area, so the parents want to know, hey, what's going on, what are they learning, what's next, but also I think just in a larger sense, the folks that come in want to know, like, hey, why should I come back? And this is where you can really lean and utilize technology to connect with those people at the right time. So Matt, tell us a little bit about how you could potentially communicate with people that are coming to your church for these large events about things that are coming up next.
Yeah, and this is the piece I think that got both you and I really excited about talking about this session today, was that these big events, this influx of people is coming one way or another. That's kind of a gift for the church, is that we have these major moments where people come. And so we don't want to miss the opportunity of what that can mean in kind of the start of someone's discipleship process, the start of a family connecting in at your church. But in order to do that, we actually have to track and manage those people when they come to that event so that we can follow up with them in the days and weeks that follow. And so one way to do that is using a content management system, a church management system like Breeze is the one we're showing here, is the ability to kind of at the point of check-in, actually gathering those important contact details for that family. And so what it does is it creates this amazing opportunity in the next week to say, hey, that video we showed you, here's a follow-up video to it, or here's some supplemental content that complements that, or hey, here's the video we watched with your kids, so you can watch it with them too, because they all really seem to love it. As well, as you were saying on that earlier slide, we can kind of talk about the upcoming sermon series and really kind of build that bridge for people. We're hoping that they had a great experience, that God moved at your Christmas or Easter services, and now's an opportunity to kind of pick up on that, take those lists. Again, check-in is a great way where we gather that contact information, but there's other ways you can do this too. Within those services, maybe you have a pre-registration where you let people, like, they can get a ticket to your Christmas Eve service. Hey, that's a great way to grab their contact information. And all of a sudden, just not missing that opportunity and actually following up helps you take that moment that was Christmas and turn it into momentum in the months to follow. And so just an amazing opportunity for us as churches to reach out to people, to carry that out and say, we appreciate that there was a tradition where you showed up for our church for that major event, but there's actually a thing God has for you in these weeks to follow. And so, I think a church management system is an incredible way to execute on that.
Yeah, one of the things I love about Breeze is the reports. So you can run reports that will show how often people are attending. And based off those reports, you can send out different messages of, hey, we're thankful that you've come the last 3 weeks. We'd love for you to volunteer next week. Or it could be different. We haven't seen you in the last month. What's been going on? Someone can reach out. So these reports are extremely valuable, and also valuable when sending out text messages too. So utilizing the reports, understanding when families are coming and not showing up, and then sending the appropriate communication through the appropriate channel. So Matt, maybe tell us a little bit about other things that you can utilize text messages for.
Yeah, absolutely. So like you said, kind of using the system to understand, was it their first visit? Was it their third visit? Was it their 100th visit? Means you can kind of cater that information differently as to where they're at in their particular journey. So again, it's an opportunity to send out a follow-up video to say, hey, we just loved having you there. Thanks so much for coming. And they can click that link and watch that video. Maybe it's an opportunity to say, hey, we saw you gave for the first time in that. That's incredible. Did you want to set up recurring giving? So it's a way to kind of increase giving at the church. Again, maybe you want to send out personalized messages. If you some churches have the ability, your kids pastor can get in there and say, hey, Tommy, it was great having you, and your sister come visit us, and we were so happy. Like the parents are going to love to show that. And I think just kind of in different ways, grabbing that relational moment is an incredible way to just build that relationship with that family.
Yeah, especially like you said with text messages. If you're not a text message in my phone, odds are I'm not going to get back to you in a timely fashion. I think that's standard operating procedure now for a lot of folks. So we've got some great offers we want to share, but let's wrap this up. So key things to look at for parents, keeping them in the loop, and not only parents, but folks that will be attending your larger events, is look at the data. So using a solution like Breeze, running reports to look at the data, who's showing up, who's not showing up, and using that data then to follow up appropriately. Yeah. Sending out reminders, text message being a very like the ideal channel really to get through not only to families, but other folks that might be a little bit older in your congregation. So that's the 1, 2, 3. And we're going to give you a couple of offers here to help you take advantage of this for your church. So first up, we've got with Playlister a free Apple TV. So do you need a presentation tool inside of some of your classrooms? You can get a free Apple TV, absolutely free. If you go to playlister.app, sign up, use the easy promo code, we'll ship you a brand new free Apple TV, and you get 1 year free of Playlister. So this is a $250 value to a church, absolutely free. So that's fantastic. And then also using Breeze. So I mentioned how valuable the reports are. This is a no-brainer just for the reports, I think. So you can get Breeze for free for 3 months. And this is something that over 10,000 churches are using. So you've got a ton of churches that are already tapping into the power and capability of this. Anything to add to this Breeze offer, Matt?
Yeah, we're just really excited to get people in. Obviously, the new year is a great opportunity to get going on a fresh system, fresh reporting, fresh data, all of that. This is an offer we hadn't ever done before at Breeze, and so we're really excited to be able to offer this. And yeah, our team would love to help you. We include the onboarding in with this, so if you're kind of nervous about that step of getting all your data in, we've got a team who's ready to help you on your way. And yeah, it's a great way to not miss these opportunities. I love it.
Awesome. Well, thank you, everyone. We appreciate you watching, and hopefully you have a very successful large event at your church and can utilize some of these tips that we provided today. Until next time.
Thanks all.
See you.